So they had an agreement beforehand. Whether this will be kept up, they said no Lich, no Axe. So no Lich, obviously, being picked out for Jesus plus 4, and no Axe will come out from John Smedley. We'll see if this happens. Oh, well, they... it's Axe, though, man, to be honest.
No team can play Axe.
Oh, okay, well, that... So you're saying you need to see the King Dave Axe? And also, by the way, you're just chipping in, aren't you? You don't headset. Do you want a headset? No. Oh, see? Are we? Yeah, well... Right, okay. So, we have seen Tide and Earthshaker banned out already for Jesus plus 4. So we've seen a lot of Tide, not quite 100% pick ban, although, speaking of 100%, we've seen Lion coming through again, just a great support. We talked about it already. You get the Blink, you get the Hex. It can throw a spanner in the works. You're always going to stop the initiation if you can get in, get someone disabled, get them killed near enough instantly if you've got a finger and enough burst. Wisp and Troll Warlord being banned out for John Smedley. You just don't want to give it away. You don't want to have to play against those. Like, as we talked about earlier, Quest, the Wisp, what can he achieve if he's in the draft?
Well, I mean, we saw what we could yesterday. It was absolutely devastating. The Wisp IO, the Wisp Tiny combination was so strong, and they had everything else coming in, but it really was just those two and their ability to go global that really secured that game and the positioning, and you're just never safe. You are never safe, and they can put wards in random places. They can catch you out just that one time, and you're potentially out for more than a minute.
Yeah, we've seen it just do so much work. It's crazy. Witch Doctor, I think, from the games we've casted of John _ Smedley, Potatoes played, yeah, just Witch Doctor. Well, yeah, Earthshaker from the Dread Knight as well. But hey, it was doing work. They were winning their games. Why change a winning formula? And well, yeah, no, obviously that's what I'm saying. I'm talking about their picks of the future. Right, you're just chipping in. Stop drinking your zoo and stay away from me, mate. Right, okay. Brewmaster is being picked up here for John Smedley. Mr. Telephone Man, he was going in before, but then we've always talked about this. Brewmaster, the team finder bottle. He's ready to go in. The early fights, how do you deal against his panelings?
He's just really terrifying presence, and I think the only way to do it is really with TPs, which is why it's quite problematic that the Earthshaker's been banned out, because we've seen how good he can be rotating in with the fissure. It's such good stun lock, and even on the magic immune like the Earth Spirit, he can still separate them from the guys, and then they just can't get to him.
I totally agree. Jesus, I was discussing this earlier with the sniper pick. Obviously, we've seen a lot of sniper this tournament. They realised, we were talking about how it's had trouble in the past with their first pick, and it's led to some issues with getting the Spectre, the Spirit Breaker, etc. But they're going for the Queen of Pain instead. Now that is quite nice. Obviously, we like the burst, or how are we thinking of this pick? It's going to join in with the rest of their lineup.
I mean, probably going to be mid, and the Blink is great against that Brew that we're talking about. It's just such a safe way to secure the fact that if Brew wants to go for this kill, he may have to rotate a support down. They may have to do a little bit more work. They're going to have a few problems. I really like the pickup.
Yeah, it is. If they get the burst going, it's just pure damage out everywhere, murdering people, and anti-mage being banned out for cheese plus 4. You don't really want to give Gron as a hero like that, especially if you've got these. Well, the line could be, I believe, I'm trying to think who went for the blink into straight scythe when there was an anti-mage. It was on Whiny Gamers with the line there. There was some questions from the team whether it was necessary to have that much lockdown, but still, if the guy was going to escape on the anti-mage, it's just guaranteeing he's staying put. So Axe was banned from Jesus plus 4, with Sniper being banned from John Smedley. They just don't want to go against it. 3 shrapnels. You got a blink initiation, obviously, on your Brewmaster. So with great position on that, going up high ground, going in for even like defensive, you can really stop the Brewmaster getting a good angle, getting into these fights and getting his split off easily.
I mean, I'm trying to think, but I think Sniper might have one of the highest win rates in the tournament so far.
Yeah, I definitely think you're right. And the zombie man himself, Undying, being banned out here. It's when you get Undying, you want to do the run at him strat, and it can be a lot of work. But whether we'll see John Smedley pick up any of the heroes they have been running already, I really like the Spirit Breaker. When we saw the Inferno Koi Spirit Breaker, that other game, that was yesterday, wasn't it? So
yeah.
he did a lot of work there.
I mean, it was pretty bloody terrifying, and they obviously did do it to go against the sniper mainly. Do you reckon it can still fit into a draft like this where they've not really got someone yet anyway that they really need to get close to and focus down quickly?
Well, the charge, like Queen of Pain might be blinking away, and okay, yeah, the Rangers considerably better earlier now, but the charge can still go in, keeps the sight up as well, and you know where it's going on. He's like, someone appears on the map, you're then charged in. You know where this hero is. You know where the rotations are going to come in. You can then plan your team fight around it. It's the cool. It's the, oh, charge in. Let's get the team fight going over here. Let's get the plays happening on the, well, on demand. So
yeah, that's a really good point.
Oh, Shadow Fiend. Normally banned out, you know. So will this make the big effect?
I mean, yeah, it's an interesting pickup because looking at the bans, the first lot were pretty met and pretty standard, but then you are getting the more specific ones like the Undying coming out and the Sniper, who's been a particular problem for this game, and it does mean that people like the Shadow Fiend slip past. This could be pretty brutal if he gets a little bit of momentum.
Well, Groner's talked about he didn't want to play Call this time. He was saying, okay, I want to go support this game. So are we going to see the Groner Shadow Fiend, or is he just going to leave it, do something else? We shall soon see. What do you want to see that we haven't already this tournament? There's been quite a lot of variety. There's not been too much rinse and repeat. Okay, we've had a lot of Tide, we've had a lot of Lion, we've seen some Witch Doctors, but the Queen of Pains, okay, well, actually I'm sad about that, the Snipers as well. But hey, it's been quite fun. Maybe I'm just biased, so I really like watching Sniper, so that's the trouble.
I mean, if I had to choose someone to come in and just for the pure amazing chaos factor, it would have to be the Enigma. I want to see a black hole.
Yeah, it brings the hype, but whether they'll be able to get off no issues is another thing altogether. Skywrath Mage, they seem to have gone very, very squishy with this line. Okay, so they've got the burst. That's safe to say. Skywrath Mage, Lion, Queen of Pain. People are going to pop. Potato on the Witch Doctor, for example, he's going down. Until Shadow Fiend gets, well, either like a mech, get like a Scatty and stuff, he needs to get something. But then, there's your Nyx, straight in. They've got all this squish. Here's how we're going to kill you.
Yeah, I mean, they've got 3 intelligence heroes. They could have a really nasty time. And there's the Spectre pickup. That's the physical damage that Jesus needed. Because they've got some great magical damage out there. They've got a bit of items that pierce spell immunity as well, like the Sonic Wave, but they still needed a bit more punch just through the right clicks. And that Spectre brings it perfectly, and it gets the Haunt. It's going to be doing a lot for the team.
Yeah, and it's the stage of the game where, okay, we got the burst to get us through early, get the picks off, get the Spectre online, create pressure so that they're not just focusing down Spectre. And if this happens, if they get it off, it could really go Jesus plus 4's way. Although saying that, a slight lead on John Smedley. You got the Shadow Fiend Brewmaster. They're going to be going in, taking objectives, and it's all going to go downhill from there. Phoenix being banned out. We did see, I think in one of the games it was Log Reaper. This is day 1 though, on the group stage, I believe. Was it? Oh, we didn't cast all of them. No, so we're saying there's no Phoenix there. There was a Phoenix.
We did, yeah, was it?
Right. Well, as we said, he's been banned out, and they've just taken away the Medusa as well. Medusa being banned, though, is that a bit... Would they have gone that greedy? Brewmaster, Shadow Fiend, and a Medusa? I suppose with Gronas, there's always a little bit of greed, but...
I mean, that could just be a reflection on the fact that Jesus want to go late, and they're a bit concerned of how Medusa would affect their impact into the later game.
Very true. So, Zeus being picked out now. I think this is quite a nice lineup. We're just going to see a lot of counter damage coming off, but it's whether the supports can... It's whether they can make enough rotations with Logarithmic, getting objectives done early to just create the space for Spectre. Nepali Jesus on the Ember Spirit should be getting kills. Well, were we saying that the Zeus is going to be having a hard time? We'll see.
I mean, there's definitely potential for issues there. He'll be looking to try and get something like the early bot or get the rune control, although against an Ember Spirit, that's a little bit difficult, particularly when he's got that level 6 and the remnants are flying about.
Very true. well, we are going to see Gronas on the Shadow Fiend. Going to be taking that safe. We're going to see Zeus coming in here from Mr. Telephone Man as soon as he decides to pick. Obviously, Potato on the Witch Doctor. He's played some big Witch Doctor throughout the tournament. And coming into this first game, there is a winner bracket advantage for John Smedley. So let's see how that goes. This is going to set the pace for the rest of the games. And the call for the toilet break comes out instantly into game one. This is what we call preparation from the UK Dota.
I mean, this is the Mr. Telephone Man factor. Instantly, game ready to go, needs to go to the bog.
Yeah, well, what can you say? He's, well, oh no, never mind, he's saying that. We're calling him out for it. He's saying, I've got it done. I'll have one again in 30 minutes. It's good to plan out where the pauses are going to come. Obviously,
I mean, yeah.
It was a bit of an issue with the techies, though, because no one really wants to be pausing when you're against the techies, because naturally you've got to be planning it out. So whether it had any effect on their games, maybe it just tilts the team, we'll see. So, oh, and no, they did pull out the ready, and the unpause game straight into the XD call. Well, if you're just joining us, I'm Russ, with me Questtext.
Hello.
And it's been fun. It's our first LAN casting. And also our first time casting together as well. So if you've got any feedback, feel free to give it to us in any way, shape or form. Or the more all caps, the better. Obviously the Twitch chat, or I'm on Twitter at @big_plays, and your Twitter handle is?
Questtext Dota.
So yeah, you can find us there. Feel free to shout at us, abuse us, and just tell us what you think. But whether they'll actually go into the game soon is another thing altogether. We have, right, I'm going to say 20 minutes altogether, the pauses. There's going to be some quick games. Oh, I'm saying quick games, but...
Yeah, I mean, the pauses haven't been this bad. The big issue was day one, obviously, and when we got that out of the way, it's been smooth sailing pretty much.
Very true. I'm trying to think, what was the other issues? Apart from King Dave sitting here next to me, that is the biggest issue whatsoever, well, altogether. But, mate, well, this is what happens when you're not in... This could have been you. Just play better. What more can I say? I mean, I don't want to bring out the flame bombs on stream, but you let his team down. He's nodding.
Do you like him or not?
He's now threatening him on monitor, but whether he'll actually have the actions, I don't think he's got the courage to go through with it.
King Dave is a reasonable man. He will wait until after the stream to break
King
your monitor, and then...
King Dave's been called many things, but reasonable man, we'll see. Yeah, well... The Lich factor could still come out. Well, that'll be pretty damn tasty. We are going to be going through... Should we go through the teams now? We do see the Log Reaper Queen of Pain is going to be quite a factor, but whether... I don't know, whether it will be enough to tilt Gronas, which is what they want to sort. Okay, right. We'll quickly go through the teams. Whilst it's paused, might as well. Right, I'll go through the Radiant, which is John Smedley. For John Smedley, we have Mr. Telephone Man on the Zeus. He's made big plays throughout the game. I really liked his plays with the Lena, getting the Aghanim's refresher. And we have Gronbomb going to be taking Shadow Fiend. When they do the duel off, he could get tilted. He says he doesn't like people in his lane. Ideally, there's only, well, ideally 0 people he's against. But whether that's the case, we've got Gronas taking the safe lane. Potato again on the Witch Doctor. Dread Knight on the Nyx Assassin. And we have Inferno Koi, the big offlaner. Thank you for the shout out. What a champion. I'll have to slip him the money later on for that. And would you like to go through the dire?
Yep. Starting off at the bottom lane, we've got Log Reaper going on that Queen of Pain. Middle on the Ember Spirit, we've got Nepali Jesus. And on the Spectre, we have got Dupes Mia Khalifa. We've got Logarithmic on the Lion. And bringing up finally on the Scarif Mage, we've got Dai, or Dai. I'm not quite sure how it's done, but one of those is right.
Day for that. There's Dai on... I can't... It's Corbin Dar's team, which is WoW Gaming. Wow! And I think my voice is alright today, actually. So, hopefully, we don't have too many cracks, which was pretty bad yesterday. But hey, we're still here. We're still going. Hey, don't kick off, mate. Don't kick off. So, if at any point during the draft, I suddenly stop speaking, assume that my neck's been snapped because King Dave has been threatening me with physical violence. So, you know who to blame. Right, we talked about double bounty before. Probably not going to be able to get one this time because we've got Mr. Telephone Man sitting bot, ready to grab it. They're going to be giving it Spectre's way, but it looks fit, or are they going to drop it to the Lion? Yeah, there we go. Much better to give it to the Lion. Get that early level 2, and he's going to be making a lot of plays. Whereas Mr. Telephone Man's just, nah, that's my mate. Getting his bottle out as soon as possible. Dreadnight's doing the rotations, and we shall see how everything goes on. So we said about the duo off lane. Currently, just Log Reaper sitting down here. I was talking to Dubes before the start of the game, and he's saying everyone says go aggro try against Gronas, but they're not. They feel like they're not an aggro try team. They don't want to try anything too crazy going into the well, especially the first game. You want to just do what you know, see if you can get the win in just by outplaying alone. But whether it'll be enough is another thing altogether. We're going to have the Scarf just getting the harassment out, doing what he can, making the plays there. Potato's taking some damage out here already. This is just a Queen of Pain, Shadow Strike coming out from Log Reaper. It's a lot of harass, I think it's safe to say, Quest.
Absolutely. I mean, normally you get in these sort of lanes, you get the Witch Doctor, who's got a pretty decent base attack, just trying to do the harass, get the range out. But with Shadow Strike, it's really hard for him to stay there and sustain the harass.
Really is. The potential for a kill is down here, but if Log Reaper's a little bit far out, the Witch Doctor gets the cask, comes out before he maybe comes out for the tree line, gets it off, and then the Nyx is there with the Impale. It's just whether they can get this first chance going in. Gronas is perfectly happy to just farm up. I think it's the first time we've seen him play Shadow Fiend. I don't know if it's the whole tournament. It's certainly the first time we've been casting seeing him play it, but we'll see how it goes. We've got Logarithmic, gets the staff onto Inferno Koi. Inferno Koi is happy to just get a couple of slaps back into it. We've got Day coming around the side, got the Clarity on him, just got to be throwing out some more blasts, but there's no stun available and no Hex as well. So Inferno Koi is taking some damage, but no effect, really.
It will be a bit more useful for them at level 2 when they get that concussive shot up as well, for that slow effect.
So we do see there was a lot of pings onto the Queen of Pain. We've got Dread Knights in on the bot rune, so that's going to be a factor. Logarithmic taking the top rune, so not giving away both of them. Dread Knight getting the... that's a shame. If the Invis was bot, it was potential for a play down here onto Log Reaper. Getting behind their towers, making what they can. They've both got their bottles coming out to the mid now. So it's going to be interesting to see what they can do. Logarithmic with the Invis, I don't think it can be a kill, especially with the Spectre early game factor. Inferno Koi would have to take a lot of harass, and Logarithmic just comes out, gets some more attacks off. Inferno Koi straight in with just the crit slap, just gets it off and just backs off. He's taking no damage from the Lion auto attacks, but that's just Brewmaster at his best. But Nepali Jesus, Ember Spirit, I want to see him go in this game. He's done some great plays all tournament. We'll have to see what's going on. What are we thinking, Quest, with the Queen of Pain? Do you think he's going to be having a pretty hard time later on?
Honestly, right now it's looking okay for her. She's only got the 5 on the last hit, but she's doing a little bit better than her Brewmaster counterpart. Level-wise, she's just out-leveling him as well. And of course, she has got that blink, so she's able to stay in the lane a little bit longer, risk a little bit more. Like you said, there is the issue with the cask and the Impale.
Up top, everything's flying off here. There's the stun onto Inferno Koi. There's already been slowed out. The blast is coming as well. There's your bolts. Creeps are on. The salve's taken off, and that's the kill. Day getting it done. And the first blood goes to Jesus +4. I didn't even miss it, mate. So
That was pretty impressive.
thank you.
You were right on that.
I'm awake, apparently, even if it doesn't feel like it. So, stick charges, getting it all. Yeah, go on. What's the stat? True. He did say that he was going to give it in every game. So the stat is that Inferno Koi is always given first blood. Every game but one, he has given first blood. That's the Inferno Koi factor, I suppose. You put him in the off lane. He's like, I want to go in. This is why he's great with the heroes like Spirit Breaker. He's just making what he can, getting it done. There's the smoke out here top, but I think going on to Inferno Koi and diving the tower where he's on full health, it's got to be optimistic to get it off, and they are going in for it top. Logarithmic to go in, the slow comes out, the Hex is already here. Stun's going to be following shortly, he's taking a lot of damage, he's not even under tower, he didn't get it off. There's your clap, but Day happily takes the tower, and the Brewmaster just doesn't go back. So first blood into a second kill already. 2 kills in 4 minutes and 20 seconds. It's just gold thrown their way. I suppose Inferno's just trying to get the XP and levels. He's only 4-1 as well. He's having a hard time.
Yeah, it's really rough. I mean, if you want to look at it positive on the side of Smedley, none of these kills have been on the Spectre just yet. True,
but he's still getting the assists, he's getting the XP, and he's farming well as it is. Dread Knight, just moving around, just zoning out the Log Reaper Queen of Pain. Getting the work done where he can. We see Day in the tree line, or in the jungle, just trying to stack up, get the farm secured for later on. We see FaZe going on Spectre, so we not seen a carbon copy of Gron's build, which he's obviously played, I think it was 3 games of Spectre, and it was the Tread straight into Urn, getting the Radiance out shortly after that. Well, in some cases very, very shortly after that, depending on how he's farming. We got the phase, going for more maneuverability damage maybe, and just getting it in where he can with the Desolate. What do you think about that quest?
I mean, it's pretty solid. Spectre's one of these heroes that's always going to have the ability to gain an advantage because of this haunt. All of a sudden, you're down bottom, and your support's managed to make something beautiful happen, or your carry's about to go down, but their guy's on low health as well. And then there's a Spectre right behind you, smashing you in the face, and then they're just going to pick up the items they want. So it does give a lot of viability in going with different builds and experimenting a little bit at the start, because you've always got that potential to get back on track.
Yeah, very, very true. Mr. Telephone Man, he's got 1.2k gold on him. Like, we always want to see something out from the Zeus so he can get in and out of the fight. Whether he's going for a Blink, 4-star fuels, obviously the choice is there. And especially you've got to consider that when there's the Ember Spirit. He's got now his phase on him. Going through the items, we see that Treads and Aquila have been picked up on Gronas. So he's pretty happy as is. Log Reaper sitting there with just the boots and the Null Talisman, but more than Inferno Koi. Now, Potato did just walk into Roche Pit, getting the ward sight down, but taking a couple of hits from Roche in the exchange. Not that he really cares with his heals going off. The courier's now flying out here. Another smoke. This is going to be coming out to Potato. Now, Dread and Potato could easily make a kill. Nyx and Witch Doctor, they go in, get it off. They'll be able to... Well, we say this, but Jesus, he could just have a Remnant behind him. A quick zip out. Will he be able to get the kill in time? We'll see.
Yeah, well, that's the issue they're facing right now. They haven't been able to make much happen in the bottom lane because of the mobility from Log Reaper, and it's exactly the same, like you say, with Nepali Jesus. Currently, he does have a Remnant out as well, by the looks of it, so he could just zip away if he needs to.
Mr. Telephone Man doing bad damage, but he's giving the stick charges away, and it looks like the smoke's not being popped yet. They're getting into position, so they could rotate through the woods to go for a kill up here top, and maybe give Inferno Koi the help he desperately needs. Inferno Koi off lane, it's a tricky beast. As we say, he loves feeding First Blood. He can't help himself. He just has to go in, gives the kills away, but it hasn't had an effect on the rest of the game. Is this a misplay from Inferno, or is he just, okay, I'm going to die, but I'm getting XP, I'm getting the levels we need, then we'll be coming into it later? Does it matter, is what I'm trying to say.
Well, giving away First Blood, it's never a great thing to do, but it seems to be working for Smethers. I mean, they've done okay thus far.
Yeah, very true. We do see that we have a Midas being built out on the Zeus, and it's one of those factors that I think is going to be really something you don't want to be dealing with too much. There is TP rotations coming around. Log Reaper's pretty low as is, but whether Nyx goes in and gets the kills off, that's something we have to take into account. He's not... He's only level 3, but I suppose it's enough to get him by at the moment. What would you say is the plan for the Nyx? If he gets the early Blink Dagger, well, I say early Blink Dagger, if he gets a Blink Dagger out later on, they'll be able to get the catches all over the map. Spectre could be taken down very quickly with the amount of damage they can provide. And as I said already, Zeus getting a Midas, if he gets the level advantage, heroes just start to pop.
I mean, yeah, I do think the Blink Dagger on Nyx, it's got to be the play.
We see again, Smoke Gang comes out, there's your Hex, there's the stun. It's a repeated story, but Inferno Koi falls again. This time, Spectre getting the kill.
A kill for everyone on that lane now. Do you think at this point Inferno has to say, this isn't working, we need to make a change, whether that's me moving out the lane and replacing it with someone else, or just leaving the lane completely and trying to bring an end to the lane in phase quicker? What would you say?
Well, they've certainly got to think about something. We talked about potential rotations up top, but they wasn't able to get it at that point. We do see that Gronas is still doing well on the farm, so maybe they're just like, okay, Inferno's dying, 3-0. Not the best start for the first game he wanted, but hey, it's a Lion and a Skywrath. He's going to get, if they come out with smoke, they're getting caught. But if he's getting ganked, the rest of the team's not being touched. It's a case of, okay, Mr. Telephone Man, he's got his Midas, he's doing quite well on his farm, he's going to get the levels in, and we're going to start pulling away from that. And he's getting a Soul Ring together as well. Very nice. So it's pretty much exactly the same build as he was going yesterday. Midas into Soul Ring, and we'll be watching what he does from there. Potato, very poor. Obviously just being the main ward man. Dread playing a bit more greedy, but it's fine. You got to have something here. And Nepali Jesus is looking. He's on the hump, but whether he finds anything, going to be walking straight into Grodders. Grodders, no Sonics to miss. Log Reaper's ready to go as well. Has Sonic Wave up. Will they go for the dive? Nepali, no, just decides to leave it. We do see Days down here as well, but that could have been nice. That could have been more, even more for Jesus +4.
I mean, if they manage to take Grodders down now, it's horrendously bad, because like you said, he's the one that is staying alive thanks to the fact that up top we've got Inferno, who's essentially thrown his life away now and again. If they take Grodders, it's essentially for nothing.
Well, getting the kill on Grodders is the dream at the moment. 73 last hits, 29 denies. What can we say about Grodders? He's always been top of the charts, farming. Even the games where there's been a bit of a struggle, but you just can't let him farm.
I think Shadow Fiend's much more of an interesting carry out of the ones he's picked so far. They've been very standard. You've seen the Spectre quite a bit. Arguably, this guy comes online a little bit quicker, which could be very beneficial for them.
2.7k gold on him. This is going to be... Well, I thought he would have gone on Midas. He said he was about buying Midas earlier in the games, and he's saying, they haven't given me a hero I could do, but he's just gone straight for the Shadow Blade. This is 11-minute Treads Aquila Shadow Blade. There is 2.9k gold on Spectre, so it's not like the Spectre is trailing behind too far. And when Spectre gets the arms out as well, they're going to make the play. And here we go, down boss, Sonic Wave coming through. Grodders goes down, Potato falls as well. The Zeus ulti does follow, but there we go. Logarithmic comes through with the Hex. We do see Dread Knight's now out as well. Jesus is here, getting the kill. Gets the staff on 2, but he will fall. Wow, what a quick turn of events.
That is really bad for them. And up top, Inferno Koi is so damn low, and they do bring him down as well. Mr. Telephone Man comes in. They're going to try and take out Dupes. Barely alive, but getting out for now. They're going for those chain lightnings. They smash the ground as well, but they don't quite connect. Oh. It's all gone horribly wrong.
Mr. Telephone Man, it was very close there to hitting the Spectre. Checking those ranges. Getting the Spectre kill there would have been ideal. Like, you're going to have the exchange. And Grodders legitimately just had his Shadow Blade delivered, so he's probably pretty upset with how that's gone down. At least he bought it before he died. Absolutely.
And in the defense of Grodders, I mean, you've got the Spectre, hasn't died, has picked up a kill, still behind the net worth.
Yeah. It's, well, 3.4k gold on him. He's got to be getting the Radiance, soonish. The Sacred Relic's coming out shortly. If he starts getting kills with the ultimate as well, obviously he popped it then because he had to think about backing out. Inferno Coi's back up at the top, still level 5 onto Inferno. The rest of the John Smedley just in the tree line. Inferno Koi same level as the supports, Skywrath and Potato. Even, well, Lion's level 7 now, so really blazing ahead. This is what happens when you keep getting those kills, keep going around the map and just being there for your team. So Logarithmic just pulling ahead.
Absolutely. And I do feel bad for Inferno. Like you said, it's a tough lane against him. And the pressure, I think, is very much on the supports right now. They've not had much success in making things happen this game. Whether it's due to the fact of the mobility, as they do go onto Log Reaper with the Carapace and the Mana Burn, gets out on 7 HP.
10 HP onto Log Reaper there. Wow, crazy, crazy stuff. Like, he's right in the line, whereas it could have been a disaster. We do see Nepali Jesus is coming down here with the Invis. Dread Knight, level 5. Carapace is coming up in 2, but will Jesus just go for the kill? There was a sentry down, so he is spotted, but he's already got in. There's your stun from Dread. The Carapace has been popped, but Logarithmic's here as well. Dread Knights are full, and Logarithmic just used it as ultimate. Was it needed, or is it just a case of, hey, it's off cooldown, let's get it done, and we'll go make some more plays? As it happens, though, Day a little bit out of his depth there, trying to be a bit ballsy, I think that's safe to say. And he pays the price. He did get the ward down, though, so whether Mr. Telephone Man, Mute, will go get the D ward, we shall see.
They have had quite successful wards around this area already. They had one up here, which did a lot of work for them. It managed to spot out the gank being made by Dread Knight and Potato as well on the Witch Doctor. So it could be useful.
Now, Spectre's got the Sacred Relic, 300 gold on him, 202. Grodders is sitting up here with Shadow Blade. They're like, okay, let's get some pressure on this Spectre. Let's get something done here. Whether they'll be able to do it is another question altogether. Mr. Telephone Man is taking the wards out in there, so they realise they've been spotted out. Zeus wants to use his Midas shortly, and he's just got a TP to mid. Carry on farming. Nepali Jesus is just happy to sit here. Could go in. Does get Syrian Chains off, but whether Zeus... No, he then leaves him. It's too risky at this point. There's no need to go for it. You can just keep farming up, get a Battlefield. He's already got Drums, Phase, Bowl, and a Stick. I think Nepali's pretty happy with how this game's going for him.
Absolutely, and he doesn't really need to go for the kills on mute right now. He's done quite a bit of damage to him just with the Searing Chains. He's not got much mana, so it just really affects the amount of sustainability he's got in lane. He's already had to move into the jungle. It gives the party free farm.
Very good point. Tier 1 could be falling shortly. They have popped first fortification before the refresh, and Potato's still level 5, but let's quickly check in with everyone else. Brewmaster has got 6, so Ferdecoy's done it. The ultimate dream's alive.
It's really good that he's got that now. It's a lot more harder for them to kill him. They have got the silence on the Skywrath and disabled with the Lion still, but it makes it a little bit harder as the Haunt comes out. Looks like it's just scouting mainly.
Mr. Telephone Man taking damage there in the pool. He's he was low, but it's just a Haunt, not going to be able to finish him off. So hey, just scouting, keeping the eyes on what's going on. Oh, we do see Nepali just clearing this stack. This is the gold he's wanting. Getting the rest of the Battle Fury, he's nearly there. And with this rotations, there's another smoke gang going off. Logarithmic and Day. Got to be finding someone here at the Rune. Inferno again. He's like, oh god, not again. There's your Hex. Is there a stun? There's no ultimate this time because it was used earlier. 12 seconds, but will he get killed? And yes, he will. Doesn't get the split off in time. Man, oh man. Inferno.
I mean, it's just too late for the level 6 to make too much of a difference when they've got these disables fairly leveled up.
Well, it's the case of, okay, we put Brewmaster in the offlane. Yep, he's pretty tanky, but we're dealing with a... Oh, here we go. Nepali Jesus walks into Mr. Telephone Man. Hello, nice to meet ya. He gets his number, doing as much as he can in the exchange, but Gronas comes out, gets a hit, but with a haste rune on him, Gronas can't do much more. The Gron Bomb doesn't come to town this time. And Jesus is out with a kill. Mr. Telephone Man, unfortunate rotation timing as he goes into the jungle there. So, Quest, what are we saying in terms of taking it late? Dread Knight taking quite a bit of damage from the Searing Chains there. Nepali's actually going to want to commit for it. There's the TP rotations. Will he get it? Yes, he will. Remnant was already behind. The TP was cancelled. Nepali is just rocking it now.
I mean, in terms of taking it late, it does look pretty good for Jesus. They've got a Spectre. She's just so good. And they did ban out the Medusa as well, so you can see they really want to do it. Gronas could make quite a bit of an impact, but I don't know how much of an impact he's going to make compared to the Spectre, compared to the Ember Spirit as well. There's a lot more farm potential on the side of Jesus.
Now, again, mid, Jesus could start going in hardcore. He's also going to be farming off the chain. Like, Battle Fury's going to be out on him now, and Gronas, okay, still in the lead. He's gone to try and get some kills, hasn't got it off, so the Shadowblade's kind of not really getting the instant satisfaction you normally see. You get the Shadowblade and you just normally want to see some kills flying around. Grona's just sitting here down bot. He's waiting for Log Reaper to come out, but Log Reaper's like, man, I don't see Gronas. And this guy loves his last hit, so I'm just going to stay back. Because if he's not showing his face, something's up. So, Nepali, again, the Invis runes. This is the runes he wants to make, wants to find even. And it could lead to another kill. And if Inferno goes down again, that will be his sixth death. Nepali, Jesus, coming around from the back. Inferno is sitting here. There's no Hex coming in yet because they're obviously going to have to dive the tower. And Inferno is sitting safely. See, this is it. He realizes he's this far behind now. If he gets silence, he's going to get caught out. And they're happy to just take the tower unopposed. A tier 1 fallen. First tower of the game.
Yeah, it's going to be a really good start to them. I mean, they do go in on a Inferno now. They managed to catch him once. They haven't got the stats. There it is, and they bring him down.
Again, 0-6. The tower falls as well, so he's standing behind. It's not looking good for John Smedley. They are 2-12. The graph shows the story quite clearly. 5,000 XP. It could all change it in a moment, though, and it's not like Gronas is behind. 145 last hits. He's got his Shadowblade, nearly got his BKB. And maybe they just need this then. There hasn't been a team fight yet utilising the Brewmaster. There hasn't been a split. It's just been catches. I've got to say, it's Logarithmic a day. They're doing work. They're rotating around and getting the kills they need.
Absolutely. And I think the next play now is to get this Blink Dagger onto Logarithmic. He's so close to it. And once he gets that, they're going to have even more surprise, even more mobility. They can go straight in onto Inferno, hex him up, impale him as well, and just bring everyone else in to secure the kill.
And we do see that Nepali Jesus has taken the lead of the net worth. There's not much in it. It's neck and neck. It's going to come down to some kills and some more towers. Bot room going to be coming up shortly. Now, if Jesus gets another another rune, like say if he gets a haste, he's going to be doing a lot of work. He's going to be able to get another kill, and what do we see? It's a regen. So it's going to top him up. He's going to be happy enough to just go back, but it's not the kill rune.
Yeah, it's not what he was after, but to be fair, Nepali's already had quite a few nice runes this game.
Saying that, he is going through the woods. He's walked into Grodders and Dread Knight. He's going to have to back out here. It's a little bit ballsy, as well as the Dread has... Oh, okay, we do see the Spectre Horn beam popped. The illusions are about, but it's optimistic or just to force him back. It's a big cooldown to be popping just for this.
I mean, it definitely forces him back. I mean, looking at Dread Knight's health, even the illusion with the Irradiance was just messing him up so hard. Yeah,
Dread with the Blink Dagger. We talked about Dread playing a bit more greedy, just making, okay, Potato, you just get the wards. And look at this. He's got Observers, Smoke, Sentries, 2 TPs. He's only just had his boots delivered. We're at 20 minutes into the game. We can see how starved he's been. And he's paying the price for it. And Nepali is standing here. Grodders wants to channel through the Oi, but there's the blink on the Lion. There's your stun. Zeus comes through the Oi. Grodders pops his BKB. Scarf drops the Oi, but Nepali Jesus still hasn't gone down. Grodders trying to focus him down. There is one more remnant available. He goes to throw it off. Day goes down, and this is the team fight Smetters is looking for. Jesus with the TP. He's just ready to go out. They're just happy. Okay, right, let's go for the tower then, I guess. First split of the game. And oh wait, no, Nepali catches Inferno. The split ends, and Grodders has got Shadow Blade available, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue. Siri Chain's doing some work there, but 270 odd health. He does throw the remnant now, just hoping to get the kill, and then pops shield, but makes the wrong call. It's the left or the right, so you're taking the gamble where it's the Shadow Blade, and obviously you've got Grodders being able to keep an RGs and just try and stay away from him.
Yeah, I mean, Nepali did manage to pick up the return kill onto the Brewmaster, like you said, but it wasn't much. I mean, he's not even worth that much anymore with the amount of times he's died.
So, something to think about. That fight was taken without the Horn. Think how low those people were. That's a Radiance burn. Should they maybe have not gone for it? I mean, they were blinking under the tower. Maybe they just felt confident. That's what happens when you get a bit of a lead. You start feeling, okay, we've got control of this game. We're getting things done. Do you think it was a major mistake, or is it just not going to have too much effect?
It's definitely hurt them. I mean, it could do quite a bit. You can see on the XP, that's shut up around 2k. And the gold, it's not too bad, but it is mainly the XP that's affected. It was very good for Smedders. It was a huge impact on them, and it could bring them back into this game.
Well, Grodders has used his 10-second BKB for... sorry, my voice again. But 10-second BKB for it. We'll pretend that didn't happen, but that's just the sort of level of professionalism you could expect from me. Day, again, getting good vision out, making sure he gets sight. Smoke coming out from Smedders. Got to be going in to make plays. They have got the Blink Dagger onto Dread Knight. Horn is available, but Grodders scouts him out with the Shadow Blade. He's like, okay, he's here. There's the Dread Knight. Blinks in, stuns. The Radiance pops the... God damn carapace, and it doesn't matter. He goes down so quickly. Here we go. Nepali Jesus coming in, doing work. That's a nice series chase. Catches onto the Potato with the armor just being used on a Horn. Dread Knight goes down to the Radiance burn, and Grodders gets out very, very low, but 2 kills in return, and it was a Spectre buyback though.
I mean, they did get the kill on the Nyx for the Spectre, but I think without picking up Grodders there, it wasn't really worth it.
Well, he's still getting the XP. He's level 13. He doesn't want to fall too far behind. But what are we seeing? Last hits, they're neck and neck. Grodders and dupes on the Spectre. It could go either way. Easily. But the Courier flying out. We'll see what's going on. So Potato used his ulti. He realized he wasn't going to be getting away from that fight. So he's just like, I'm just going to use my ulti. Even if the Horn's coming out, we could be changing targets, getting the damage done. And there's your blink onto Inferno Koi. So he might be 0-7, but he's still got his blink. He's got to be careful of that silence. Got to be careful of the hex. But basically, Lion and Skywrath, Logarithmic and Day, they're just getting it done. They're just like, okay, if this brew gets the splits off, it's a bit of an issue. Although, seeing as how much they shut him down, he's not even level 11 yet.
I mean, the nice thing about the Brewmaster Ultimate is that it literally only increases the duration as it levels up. So without the Scepter, it's still going to be as strong at level 1 as it is at level 3. They're just going to have a couple more seconds without it. And if they end a team fight quick, that's okay. They're still going to be making big benefits.
Mr. Telephone Man's level 14. He's killing it with the levels. 3k gold on him. He does get the 4 stuff as we were talking about earlier. One side for his movement. Got to be manoeuvring himself around the fight, especially trying to stay out of arm's length of the Lion and the Skyraf. Being able to... Oh, here we go in the mid lane. We do see Gronas again hexed up here. Dread Knight with a nice stun. Here's Inferno with the clap. BKB's being popped. There's your ward. Oh, it's all gone wrong. 2 kills. Jesus lose 2. And this should be a tier 1 as well. Smeders, the comeback is happening. Is this it?
I mean, they've just decided that they're tired of dying now. They've just got angry and they're coming in. I mean, at the start of this, the kills, deaths, assists were all in the top, held by Jesus, and now it's really balancing out a bit more.
Now, we all know it's not a game of kills. It's a game of objectives, and they just get their first one being this tower. They can make it work now. Start balling through from there, getting a lot of stuff, and whether they'll be able to make the plays, we will soon see. Right, so. What do you think is going to be the next factor here for taking a successful team fight for Jesus +4? Do you think they just got to be more patient, go in? Now, they're trying to get the jump initiation. The Blink Hex has been good, catch off Gronas, but they don't know what's behind it. And then the counter initiation from Dread Knight. He's blinking and getting the start off. The Carapace is coming out as well. It's an issue, especially with... We're about to hit a level 16 Zeus with his Aghanims. They've got some squishy heroes. We've got Day on the Scarf. He has picked up Treads, though, so that will help him out, as well as the Urn. And, I don't know, man. People are going to start popping.
I mean, it could very well be time to get some defensive wards out on the side of Jesus. Let Smeders keep this feeling that they're doing a bit better, they're getting a bit more into the momentum. Let them use that and then turn it against them. You have got Nepali Jesus sitting at level 18, still the highest in the game. He's got a Battle Fury, he's got a Crystallis. He's got the potential to make quite a bit of damage very quickly. And that could take Smeders by surprise. They just need to choose their moment, I feel.
Now, Ember can be a very hard one to catch. Nepali, he's been playing well so far. He's got DD Bolt, so this next fight will be very nice if he utilises it well. And Spectre has got his Vite booster on him, just to help him get a little bit tankier. That's one of those, just hold it for now, see if he can get more going up here. We do see Log Reaper. There is another smoke. They come in. He's moving towards his Aghanim. He's not going to be too far off that now. Date leading the charge there. And again, this is that cool. Mr. Telephone, man. Every time the smoke comes out, it's like, hold on, they're all missing. Boom, lights on, boys. They're not home. Let's pull back. And that's the safe call. I've got to say, Mute's awareness has been on point.
It's just instinct. It's so strong with him. He's caught out. I think that's the third smoke he's caught out.
There was a sentry down here, but they don't have to worry about it because Dread Knight is just going deeper into the woods with the blink and more. They shouldn't be getting kills here, although saying that, Gronas is coming through as well with his Shadow Blade. There is rotations through. They're just trying to get the sentries, get the sight back up. So this could be a dead Spectre if they continue in, but no, it doesn't look like it. Dread Knight is just going to walk down. It's going to be seeing that they smoked up here. No, actually, no, they are going for it. Gronas walks in with the smoke, sees the Spectre, winds up the ulti. There's the Dread Knight. The ulti was cancelled, but there's your horn. It doesn't even need it. Gets Spectre down with just the clicks alone. Dread Knight going to be hexed up. Could this be the stun? Oh, there's just your finger. Gets it done. Logarithmic giving Dread the finger.
I mean, it's not a fair trade. They got a little bit on the return, but it's only the support. But they lost the carry.
Bear in mind, they used 4 people. They used 4 people getting in there to try and make something happen. They got the vision down. They got the counter ward out. But they were hoping to make a play happen, wanted the Spectre farm in, so they're like, okay guys, I'll be haunting in. Instead, his haunt's on cooldown now, he gets caught out whilst he's farming, they try and rotate it, and they only catch Dread Knight. Gronas again, they have got the sight out this time, so there's your BKB, going in for Day. Day's taking a lot of damage, but Gronas can't go all the way in. Hey, we'll see. So, what we got to say about the state of the game so far, Quest?
I mean, Smeders, they're just dragging themselves back in it. They're making it significantly more even. The gold is shooting back up. It's getting closer to their favour. Just a 5k disadvantage to them now. And the experience is looking even better. Just 2.5k there. Right now, it's pretty even. Jesus +4 do have the kill advantage, but like you said, it's coming down to objectives where they are also leading. But all it's going to take is for Smeders to take a couple of good fights, and this could just be banked gold, essentially, on these towers. They could tear through them very, very quickly.
Yeah, mid lane, Inferno's just sitting there. It's trying to get a BQB together, probably, just to stop dealing with this Hex stuff. And they are throwing sentries around, just trying to make sure they've got eyes on the prize, being able to see everything that's going on. And I've got to say, this sentry placement is very nice. They've got, obviously, Dread Knight. They don't want to let Dread Knight and Gronas sneak in and catch another person. Like, if he keeps catching the Spectre, they need to know what's happening before these kills come out. Log Reaper has got his academics as well. Okay, Ember, he's getting big. We know this already. But whether they'll be able to take the team fights with him being on the top of the net worth alone, they do have they have 2 in the top 3 for Smeders. It's just whether it's going to have the impact they were hoping for. Log Reaper using Midas every chance he can get. It was, I believe it was a 50-minute one, so considering how things are going, it's going to be looking quite nice that he bought that, making sure the game goes a bit more in their favour if it does go later.
Yeah, I mean, it certainly does look like they're both gearing up for the late game as of now.
So, what do we want to see in terms of the next team fight? Do you think they just got to hope for this smoke again? But then again, Dread just seen out again. We've got the Sentry and the Ob here. So they'll just be around in the woods ready to go for more. Dread's still going in hardcore. There is a Sentry down, so he doesn't know he's walking into the vision. Log Reaper's here. Will they go for a counterplay? No, they decide to just leave it. And Potato, although he was around, he was standing a little bit further back. Obviously, you don't have that much speed on him as well. But yeah. Oh, I've smoked and invis. Right, thank you very much. Oh, okay, here we go. There's another play. See, this is why you're here, Dave. You have got a reason for it. I didn't even notice the smoke, I've got to admit. And there is Ancient Stack. Only 2 at the moment. They're going to be able to make more plays. So, there was no detection on the Dread, so he could have made a big play there going into him. So fair play to him not catching anyone. It's just a case that they were still standing slightly further back, just knowing that they're off the map, that they've got to be careful. So Jesus, with the haste rune, is this going to be enough to make a kill?
There's potential, but Smeders are playing pretty defensively right now. As they do go in, the carapace instantly gets activated, and that just stuns Jesus down.
Has popped the haste rune though, so he wants to go for more. Searing Chains was used, did connect onto a creep, and it's just got to be a case of Jesus out of there. So yeah, they've got, I think the smokes have to be utilised well. They've got a lot of sight up. The vision is an issue, but it's whether the case of maybe it's worth getting a value gem as they start to go for the 5-man. When Smeders want to go in, it's just okay. Let's get the gem out. Let's start clearing all this stuff, and then we can have free farm of the map. Zeus with his Aghanims now. Do you just want to see a refresher coming out straight away?
I mean, yeah, it wouldn't hurt. It's been making a big impact in the fights. Even when he uses it just to catch out smokes, it's been really helpful for them. Mute's pretty solid with the ultimate, so I think the more you can do, the better.
Spectre, Horn just being used again. So they're going to know the cooldown's been used. It's just keeping eyes on the prize, trying to make sure everyone is about. But is this is just a waste of cooldown, surely? Or are we saying that it's not going to matter because they're not going to go for a team fight? Smeders could be really gathering up and thinking about going for this next play. Daedalus on Gronas just means the damage he's going to be bringing out is crazy.
Well, that's the thing, yeah. I mean, it's a great scouting ultimate.
Harley is stunned out by Dread. They are going in for more, but they're not going to be able to get him. Potato too far away. It's a case of Dread maybe going in fast, blinking in, but hey, not everyone can keep up with that, so it's only one stun and done.
Yeah, I mean, coming back to the Horn ultimate used, it's good for scouting, like the Thunder God's Wrath, but it's not really their decision if they're going to take the fights right now. It really is Smeders' idea of, do we want to go? Okay, let's go. And Jesus have to adapt to that more so than forcing Smeders to adapt to them.
Okay, so what's going on here? We do see that there's another rotation down to bot. They could be getting another tier 1. They're behind on the towers at the moment, but this tower's on 160 health. We do see this one up here top as well. So these two are going to fall as well. There's not much in it on the towers. And then the objectives, okay, they lost the tier 2 top. That's just a sign of the off lane where it kind of went bad, and then it got a little bit out of control from there. It looks like they're all gearing up to get this fight bot. The fortification has been popped, going to be refreshed when this tower goes down. Jesus with the DD. This could be a big room for him. Going in, Dread Knight was caught there. The Scaddy onto Jesus. It's got to help a lot. What do you think of the Scaddy on a Ember quest?
I mean, it could make a really solid impact. As of now, I think they need to just secure vision of Gronas, because there's been so many opportunities where they could kill him up, and a lot of the time that has been Nepali Jesus right next to him, trying to find him out. If they get vision, that Scott is going to become much more useful, because it is going to help bring down this SF pretty quickly.
Now, Potato, although he's been given the short straw with Game Awards, he has got point boots together, and it looks like Jesus is going to just be going for this with ya, DD. Just checking the site there for the die. They don't see much going on here. We did see, well, no real rotations going in. There is a ping coming out for the pit. Whether they'll be able to get it down in time before anything comes in, I think it's just a case of it's going down, and there's nothing they can do about it anyway. So Roshan is gone. They did have Zeus on it if they wanted to scout it as well, but it's not being popped here. One of the rare times it isn't being used so quickly, and it looks like Groz is just going to be going into the jungle to check it out. Roche does go down. Aegis onto Ember Spirit. He's got the Scally, he's got the Crystallis, soon to be a Daedalus. What are we thinking here? Is it just going to be, it's time to be going in hard, it's time to get it done. We've got the Heart on Spectre shortly. Not letting go for the Scally like a lot of people do these days. Logarithmic just going to get popped here. Smedders. Oh, they're getting the kill in where they can. He did get Hex though, but what's going in here? Nepali trying to get the counter kill. They do see the Grozz running away, but Dread is about 1k health onto Nepali, so it might be just the go for log Reaper play. Dread Knight's on him, but there's your blink back into the base. So, as I was saying, a lot of people do value the Scally pretty highly on Spectre because it's obviously the amount of effective HP it still gives you with giving you more damage as well. It allows you to 1v1 a bit better, but there's your Horn going in for the top. Always being popped, but I'm afraid BKB TP, that's all it is. So again, Horn used. It's being forced a lot, but down here at the rune, Dread Knight just picked up, gets the kill there, I'm afraid. But hey, at least it's Dread Knight, not Gronas, or Mr. Telephone Man. They're getting the items in. 4k on Mr. Telephone Man. Let's just check current gods. 2.6k on the Shadow Fiend, 2.3k on the Ember. Tasty stuff. Yes, as we already said, thank you, Dave, for beating an echo. I know, no. Right, anyway. I am crazy, but don't worry about it. So, Questmate, what are we going to think about the next fight?
Jesus need vision. I mean, Dust costs 180. It's a pretty decent item. They could get it even on the Log Reaper. They've got a bit of a space. It's a TP. They could even sell the Null Talisman. They need vision of Gronas. They need to bring this guy down pretty early on. If they do that, the fight goes much better for them. They can start focusing down people like Mr. Telephone Man. Inferno, he's got the ultimate, but it's not too much of a problem when you've got the Battle Fury going on the parley.
Very, very true. We do see out in mid, tried to catch the Ember, but I'm afraid he's too slippery for them to get. So, tier 2 here, 160 health. There is a smoke up from Smedders. They're looking to make something. It is 10-17 at the moment. First game of the best of 5. There is a winner bracket advantage for Smedders, so they're trying to still secure this, but it's gone Jesus +4's way. I think that's safe to say.
Yeah, absolutely. Dread Knight going for the Ghost Scepter as well. We saw how good that did in the last game. Could be a bit more useful.
Yes, we shall see. The smoke not achieving anything, but they're just happy to now farm up from it. They're forcing more. The Ancients being stacked here. We got Nepali just clearing away, and the Aegis looks like they're not going to worry too much about rushing to using the Aegis. With a Spectre and an Ember, I don't think they're in that much of a rush.
Absolutely not, no. I mean, I think this really is Smedders' time to sort of snowball, to put the pressure on. And they do need to be careful. You see them picking their fights. They are trying to avoid Nepali when possible. They're going for the Spectre. They're trying to shut dupes down, but there's only so much they're going to do this without Ember deciding, I'm ready, I can come in. He's already picking up the Daedalus now.
Again, the Zeus ult being thrown out. So much damage, they just back all the way back to the pool. They did have a smoke on them as well, so they could have been thinking about going for a smoke bottle, now being picked up from the Lion from the original Nepali Jesus bottle. Just throwing it over to someone else. I've had my fun with it, now it's yours. The defensive call out here for the tier 2, they're just getting the deny. Happy to let it go.
Radiant's middle tower has been denied.
They need to think about their objectives now, trying to get what they can when they can. Do we think there's a lot riding on this next Aegis?
Yes. I mean, particularly if Jesus get it, they could be looking at taking a Rax. That being said, Smedders taking a Farhai, with or without the Aegis, is going to be so damn good for them. They haven't had a good team wipe in a long while now.
I agree. And over here we do see that they're just all sitting around the mid lane. They did smoke up, but again, didn't catch anything. Maybe hoping that they would get greedy coming for Jesus, but as he's still got his Aegis fade in, there's no need for it. They're standing back. Dread Knight's just pushing out the lane as he can. And there is the refresher out on Zeus. So this is where your Skyraf, your Lion are going to feel it. They're going to start feeling this damage. Okay, there's a point booster out on Lion now, but I'm afraid with Treads of the Learn, Skyraf's still looking at, what, 1k health. And it's a lot. It's a lot of damage to be taken mid-fight. Take into account everywhere else. And Nepali Jesus did miss the chase, but not that it matters. Shadowfiend's still there, and Aegis has been reclaimed. This is a 5-minute 11 respawn. Now we've got Shadowfiend coming in with this blade, seeing if he can get anything in the mid lane. We do see Logarithmics slightly far out if they decide to go into the jungle, but they do have the vision again, so without smoke they should be okay. BKB out onto Log Reaper. Is this going to be a game changer? I mean, there is the Zeus, a lot of bursts coming out there, and a lot of other magic as well.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a big factor. If they can get a good initiation off now, Log Reaper could potentially make a huge impact before Smethers are able to get a decent amount of damage out, and that can cause a lot of trouble. I mean, this is a sceptered Sonic Wave, so it could be doing quite a bit, particularly to the squishier heroes like Mr. Telephone Man and Inferno at the moment. Actually, quite
in a row here. The Horde has been used. They know that something's going to miss. They know where Grottas and Dread Knight are, but Dread Knight is still going deeper in, and he's just walking through. Spectre able to just blade away. There is a blink available, but he doesn't want to blink up the high ground there. Log Reaper just backing out as well. So, didn't mean to interrupt you there, mate, but I thought there we were going to see a clash, but it seems that it's just a case of, hey, we've haunted, we've seen you out, I'm sorry, you're not getting it today. Although, it's just the shoes on the other foot for them as well. They try to get the smoke gang, then Zeus always, both teams got the awareness. They're not being caught unaware. Oh no, the Nepali is walking in, catches a lot of damage, but they don't manage to get a stun onto him. They're going to need to get something else for this. Maybe just a scythe.
Yeah, I mean, look at the damage that just did to Potato. He was at full health. It did like 400. It's pretty damn brutal.
So Zeus is pretty stacked at the moment. We've got the 4-star Refresher Orb, Aghanims. We've seen him get Bloodstone while the other kids get it, and Apologies just getting in, pushing the lanes out, and then backing out. Carry-up being delivered here. We do have 4k gold on the Shadow Fiend, so we are going to be seeing the Scally as well. Nice stuff. 4k coming out on the Spectre, so they are still fairly close to each other in net worth. Ember's obviously taken the lead recently, had a lot of impact around the mid game, whereas Dupes has been caught out a little bit more. But what were you originally saying there, Quest, when we were talking about the fight bot?
Basically coming down to the fact that it's going, honestly right now it's going okay for both teams. They do seem happy just to sit back, chill out. I think it's a dangerous game that Smethers are playing. They are getting to the point where some of the stronger heroes can start two-shotting or one-shotting their guys, particularly with a nice bit of RNG on their side. We've already seen just how much damage Nepali did to Potato, and he didn't actually get that many crits in the Blade Furies and all that going along with the Sleight of Fist. With the Scepter on Log Reaper and the BKB, they're going to start needing to be concerned. They're going to start needing to apply some pressure and potentially go for this next Roshan and hope that they can secure a good team fight and even a Rax.
So, we've seen already that the gems come out, and they've had good central coverages. So it's not like, okay, the Invis has been destroying us, but with the BKB being popped up from Log Reaper there, no one was about. So maybe just a misclick. Yeah, you know, something. Someone could have come along across the bar, but yeah, that is the 10-second BKB as well. So I imagine he is not happy at that. Well, yes, that is true as well. So Dupe's currently farming with his Radiance off, but we'll be seeing what's coming out here. We do have the Ogre Club for Logarithmic. Let's check how he's doing towards his Aghanims. We've got Lion with the point booster, and as we said, the Ogre Club there. Spectre building towards his Refresher. Nepali got to be looking for more, getting the sentries. They can't really stop him from going in and getting the counter wards out, just getting what he can.
Yeah, I mean, this is the real concern for them now. They know that the gem's there, so they need to play a little bit safer. That does mean that Dupes is going to have a little bit more time in the jungle, because they'll be worried about going in and getting caught out if Nepali's anywhere near him. This could be a big deal, particularly if they manage to catch out Gronos now. He is not as safe as he has been.
And they're moving as a team again, seeing if there's anything worth fighting for. The Roche is up in 40 seconds, so they're going to be all lining up for it. Day is around as well. They've already just blinked in to check. They're just going to set Logarithmic in there. He's currently just got DD sitting on him as well. Not that really bad. And Nepali pops the drums, goes looks for more, gets some clearance onto the creeps mid, and he's just going to be backing out. With 430 movement speed, he's a hard man to catch at the best of times, especially with all these remnants. So Nyx is going to be building the 4-staff. The Blink Force is going to be a big factor. And there's your stun onto Jesus. They're going hard. They get him down. There's the gem. 95 seconds down on him. And he does have the buyback available. But this is a game-changer. Day in the tree line, able to escape. This is suddenly a bad turn. We talk about how hard of a fish he is to catch. But suddenly they get a firm grasp and don't let him go. Wow.
Yeah, Jesus did not want that to happen. I mean, all they got from that gem was the observers, and they're already being traded out by Smedders, taking revenge, bringing down what they know is around and getting vision.
6 minutes, 55 seconds on the cooldown for gem there. Roshan is coming up as well now, so buyback from Ember Spirit. They don't know where they are, so there's the horn, so they popped it thinking they're in Roshan, and they've backed out. Refresher now up on Spectre though, so hey, it's not the end of the world. And there's the question mark. All chat, flame from Gronas, and Nepali Jesus gives it as good as he gets. There's question marks all around. There's a lot of questions up in the air. No one knows what's going on. What is going on indeed? So they're going to go in for Roche now, and the Radiant Arc in the pool. They TP into the tier 2s here. Will they be able to get there in time? This Roshan, not the fastest Roshan in the world. Jesus just trying to slap away here, then get bashed up as well. Roche is on their side, trying to get Smedders in there. Well, get to the pit in time. Whether they'll be able to do it. We don't have Zeus Oli available for what? 9 seconds for one of them, 110 for his second one, and they're all still en route. Jesus, going for Roshan. It is on 5k now. He should be able to finish it just before they get it, and it looks like they used the Haunt again, so they are forced back. So they all gather up, using the potato to heal up. There's the smoke. They aren't going to make it to the pit in time. It's going to be a close call, but it looks like the Roche will fall in time. Dread Knight was dusted out, and again, Aegis picked up from Nepali. So, hey, the buyback, it was kind of... He was scared they were going to take Roche. They used Horn, thinking they're in there. And they at least get the Aegis. So Horn, they used it twice, obviously the Refresher, and it's getting an objective, getting the Aegis in. They can then afford to go in for a play like last time. Nepali could get caught out, and this time his team will be there in time to back him up, and that's what they need.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's definitely been better trades, but there's definitely been worse as well.
Okay, again, more farm coming up. Queen of Pain here, probably going to be going for the Scythe. That'll be very nice to see the lockdown coming out. Mr. Telephone Man though. 2.7k gold in him again. This Zeus just, like, okay, sometimes you see the Zeuses which just worry about their damage and they're like, okay, I'm starting to fall off now. I've had my Aghanor's Refresher and I'm getting stuff done, but I can feed. But so, like Mute on the Zeus, he's always getting it done, and Logarithmic in the mid lane gets caught here. There's your Oi. Logarithmic trying to run Scally. Well, that's the hit from Shadowfiend. I was going to talk about the slow, there's no need. Nepali comes through, Series Chains comes out, but doesn't connect, hits onto the creeps instead. Man, oh man. Giving that gem away. How annoyed do you think they are at that for Jesus +4?
They did not have that for very long at all, about 3 minutes, and they just didn't get the use out of it that they really needed. Gronas stayed alive for all of it. It turned against them pretty damn quickly. I imagine they're pretty annoyed.
Yeah, I think so. We have a fair amount of gold on Zeus at the moment. Shadowfiend as well, sitting with a fair bit in his pocket. They just want to make sure they're not caught here. Jesus haven't been getting the catches, and whether this will have the factor they're looking for, we shall see. Helm the Dominator coming out for Gronas. If he gets a Satanic on Gronas, how are they going to bring him down? I mean, really.
It'll be pretty damn hard. I mean, the BKB, it has hit 5 seconds now, so if they can stay alive, they'll have a lot of ability to, you know, keep him disabled. They've still got the Lion, they've still got the Scarif, but it's getting less and less viable.
Vision is out across the river. Jesus again moving a bit forward. Is not quite there in time, and the Dread does get spotted out. Slow thrown out, but obviously disjoint from Dread Knight. Day picking up a Vibe Booster as well. Realize that he just needs the extra stats. If he's like, okay, I can't take this. Another smoke being perched now. They could be going for a play, but again, the Zeus will be just misses from God. He does eventually get the ward, but hey, ward's giving him a bit of hassle. But like all the last hits, he gets him in the end. So, smoke will be coming out shortly. There is a refresher onto dupes. Do you think... Some people would say about getting other items and then refresher as your last pickup, but I think it's safe to say that he needed it as when he did, because obviously the horn is key in their strategy.
I mean, yeah, they were using it very much like the Thunder God's Wrath, just to do a little bit of scouting when they weren't quite sure. It's always good for the escape as well. It's not bad being able to get another one of them instantly.
This could be the bait out here mid. Dread Knight comes in. There's your... Oh, the smoke was there. They were behind them. Logarithmic nearly goes down. But the sprit comes through. The Apologies is still running around. But as this goes on, Spectre going through, trying to get away he can. There's your horn. Zeus to full. Potato's gone down as well. But Gronas goes through. Still standing his ground. And BKB is now off on him. Scarf goes down. Day will die. But this is looking bad. Gronas is trying to run out. Turns around and just turns for Log Reaper. Log Reaper realizes how much damage he's taking. There's no crit there, but it doesn't matter. Gronas uses Zoe, but nice dodge from Napoli Jesus. Just Triforces around him, and Gronas is going to go down. And there's your finger. And it's 4 people down. Oh dear. Man. A rare chime when Jesus had the smoke, sat behind the Spectre. Spectre then got initiated on. The immediate counter initiation, sorry if I speak English. And, wow, it's really had a lot of effect. So the gem was dropped. Did you see where it was dropped?
I have been looking for it for the last 2 minutes. I have no idea where that was.
It was pinged out a second ago, but I did just miss the ping there. But hey, we will see Jesus just pushing out their mid, 3.6k gold on him, and at least it is going to be a rack. It's a little bit of damage onto tier 3, but it's nothing to cry about really. So, what do we have on current? Sorry, carry on. What were you saying?
I mean, that was the first time Gronas went down in a good long while. It was a mega kill streak as well, going the way of Lion. So that's a little bit of gold for him.
Yes, a good point. Zeus got the damage off though. And there's been a call out for the gem from Logarithmic on his Lion. There's some mana drained out from Lion. But hey, he's obviously not that impressed. Oh, and Cypher Fire is being picked up from Log Reaper now onto the Queen of Pain. This is nice stuff. They could easily take the tier 2 here, but Grow's coming up in 4 seconds. They're just trying to focus it down now. Double ult isn't up here. 70 seconds there. Nice sleight of fish. Just check the tree line. Just, okay, let's check if any people are here ready to blink in. Get the tier 2. Farm it up more and then back it out. Although, even though he lost that team fight, still in charge of the net worth there. I bet he's a little bit disappointed they didn't get Log Reaper before he goes down. But hey, it's all going all right. Oh man, oh man. Now, what do you think Smeders is... What do you think is their team discussion at the moment? What do you think Dread Knight's doing to motivate the troops?
I mean, I'm reluctant to swear on the stream.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Dread Knight's doing enough of that. I think they just need to coordinate. They're doing very well. They just need to keep their composure for now, which isn't Dread Knight's best talent.
No, I think under pressure he'll be doing okay. It'll be whether it's if they start to get the lead now and thrown out, there might be the scream in there, but we'll see. We'll see.
I mean, we did just see the drawing on the map mimicking the river here, so it could be saying, play safe a little bit, don't cross the line, try and get some more gold.
Yeah. They don't know where the enemy team is at the moment while I say this, but we do see the vision just up here in the woods. They do have some eyes going on, so they know that some of the heroes are there, whereas the Dire, Jesus +4, only know where Brewmaster is, the Inferno Koi factor. So, it's all to go. We will see if they can make the play. Lion's got the Aghanims though, man. 20-second cooldown on this nuke. But then again, he's dying so quickly. Will he be able to even use it more than once? The damage is still lovely as it is, but Roshan will be respawning very shortly, and I think they're just trying to get themselves set up, get the ward coverage. And now, okay, we said about the gem, we said about D-ward, and we said about keeping the vision, but the site, always important, but is it that crucial in a game where obviously you're throwing out the horns, you're throwing out the Zeus always just to check on the people? Is it like, without the proper coverage, they're going to be losing a lot?
It comes down to how well the fight's going, really. It could be very significant if your horn's been used, you've gone onto some of the squishier heroes, like we saw Dupes go onto the Zeus down here. They did leave Gronas up around the middle lane, just fighting against the Ember Spirit. And it wasn't until later that they came up. Haunt had already been used. It was only that Gronus revealed himself trying to bring down this Ember that was the reason they could bring it. In that situation, a gem can be great.
Now, I think Infedico is probably not too happy with his performance on the Brewmaster this game. Ultimate in the last fight, a little bit sloppy. The Cyclone, the Earth Panic, like, not to focus negative attention on any one person, but he's thinking, okay, I need to maybe refocus my efforts, try and get these people locked down, try and get my stuff off a little bit better, but it's just whether they can get everything off, everything going right. Smoke now being purchased again for Smedders, and whether they can make the plays is still to be seen. Roshan respawning very soon now.
I think this is the big rush as well. Bringing back the cheese. There's a lot to play for with this guy.
Now, Courier, that's your full Satanic onto Gronus, and that's what you want to see. Does have 2.1k still sitting in his bank, 4k now out on the Zeus, and it's important stuff. Like, he's got his Ghost Scepter on him, so he's going to be able to avoid a bit more of the damage. Whether it's going to be enough to save him, we'll see. Queen of Pain, although they've been delivering a lot of damage from Log Reaper, it'll be interesting to see if he can start racking up more kills. Not that it really matters, obviously. He doesn't want to steal all the gold from, oh man, double Daedalus on the parley, Jesus. What do we say? Do we say he gets a Rapiers last time? Too risky, really. He's wants to be Aegis.
It's already a 56-minute game. It would be so scary if that particularly went on to Gronus. It's a big risk. Potential high reward, but whether it's worth it, I'm not too sure.
Probably better to just hold the Aegis, / get maybe an Abyssal, just a safer play. Now the gem is out on Nyx. They're going to be looking at potentially counter-initiating. They could throw out the big Mr. Telephone Man Zeus ult, but we shall see. Looks like Roche is going down. Pings being thrown around all over the place, but again, vision very limited from... Here we go, there's the Horn as well, just keeping them back. So even if they wanted to initiate in, they use one Horn, so it's just, okay, we've got Roche. And they give Aegis to the Spectre. Cheese on the parley should be enough to make a big impact. Oh.
Yeah, he is slipperier, so he has got the potential to get out, and less reliant on the Aegis, really.
Yeah. So, checking in on the vision, we did see that all the Smedders just went back after that. They just like, okay, we can't get in here. We've got trouble. Dread Knight is here. Got to be going for the party. Jesus, oh, it gets your bloody Vendetta off, but maybe he should have just gone for the Impale. They wouldn't have got the kill though without the extra damage. I say that, but Potato wasn't that close anyway, so he wouldn't have been there. So maybe it's just, hey, we can't get him. Let's just get the hit off and get back. Now, Nepali's being very far out here, but he can afford to be, so that's true. But we'll see what happens here. Logarithmic, stand behind, ready to save his core at a moment's notice. And again, Sentry's just being plopped down. I don't think there's really been any flaws in the coverage. I can't remember a point where the Shadow Blades and the Vendetta has been enough. Searing Chain's on to Dread. Dread's just taking the damage, but he's not going to be going for more here. Oh, he's up in 40 seconds, so they don't really want to force the refresher yet. Although Searing Chain's now out of ground. He's now 4-staffed. There's your science, now 4-staffed back in. You're just sliding around the map, but he's okay. He's not going to go down. That was interesting, but hey, it's fine.
We're in a little bit of a waiting game right now. I think they're quite happy just to go with the really slow siege. They've not got any ranged heroes that can really make a huge impact on the tower from afar, so if they do want to go for this, they may have to wait for just the perfect opportunity, and Smedder's positioning is pretty solid as to not to give that up.
Do you see Remnants being thrown back again? We still with the cheese. They're still trying to push out. He's just using the sleight of fist. Just like, okay, right, let's just see if we can hit, see if we can keep the blinks off. And 4.9k gold. Let's quickly go through buybacks here. So buybacks on everyone but Nyx, Lion, and Skyraf. So if Radiant do lose this fight, they're at least going to be back on their feet quite quickly. Obviously, no one wants to be wiped, and you force the buybacks. There goes Dread. Does miss the stun. He's got to go down. There's your finger. Remember, it's got the OE on use. We got the Spectre being used. Log Reapers come in. Nepali Jesus is here as well. Grona's trying to make it back to the ball. Mr. Telephone Man throws out the OEs, but Dupes is putting the pressure on. This could be it. The Brewlings are going down, and it's all looking wrong. Gronas trying to hold his ground, still has Satanic available. We do see him then turning onto Jesus. Here's your bioaxe, and Infernocoin's going in. Again, the line only, that's 2 times in one fight. Long Reaper backing out now. Infernocoin won't go down, and this is your Aegis. This was the Brewmaster buyback.
Nepali Jesus coming back in as well.
Spectre picks up the gem and just heads out of it. The courier nearly got it, nearly snuck in and took it away. But Log Reaper's very low. Nepali Jesus still here. Gronas using the Shadow Blade, but they still got sight again. Rema, Gronas doesn't have BKB available. They're trying to focus him down. No Satanic as well. It's going to be hexed up. And he goes down. And he's immediately brought back, coming in, trying to finish them off. Infernocoin tries to get the clamp off, but doesn't get it. Spectre being focused down. They will get it with Gronas, and Gronas gets the kill. And this is the gem. A lot of buybacks used. Let's just go over this. So this is 2 buybacks, Brewmaster and Shadow Fiend. A lot went down here, Quest.
Yeah, they did force the buyback out from Nepali as well, and obviously they were able to pop the Aegis and bring Spectre down for a second time. So potentially the next fight, Aegis not available, Cheese not available. Smeders could do it again, and they could do it much easier.
The infamous mute bladder. He did say 30 minutes, and at least he doubled that. He made it to 60 minutes before having to go to the toilet. Mute.
I mean, that's pretty respectable.
Yeah, hey, it's an hour game. We don't know how much water he's chugging.
Well, you know, he's a mid here. He's been drinking out of the bottle a lot, so...
Yeah. Sipping straight from the hip. Right, let's see. Right. Well, this game is... It's, let's say, the best performance Jesus have had so far. I say this, there was another game as well, they were very close, but this really could be the one. And King Dave's back here. King Dave, you got any mid-game thoughts? Where the mute pause now? They should have picked Lich. Or they're saying that they're doing well, man. Or you're saying that Smeder should have picked Lich? Oh, no, he's thrown out the... there's a lot of shout-outs going out, and people are all over the place. Let's see what is happening as well. Give me 1 second. So, Quest, who are you rooting for here? I know we shouldn't have our bias, but let's face it, everyone does.
I mean, there's a little bit of Smeders that... There's just something about these guys. They do have a little bit of that charisma, which is surprising when you think they've got the Dread Knight, but he does bring a particular bit of character to the game. That being said, though, you know, Jesus +4, they've got Deeps, they've got Nepali, they've got Day, there's some good guys. It's hard to find someone to root for particularly, and making a shout out on who's actually just going to win it based on how the game's going, it's really difficult. You've got a 15k gold advantage and experience advantage on Jesus +4, but with 60 minutes in, there's a point in the game where they physically won't be able to grow anymore, and so far in, Smeders have been defending their racks, they've been making a damn good job of it. This is going to be an intense one.
I totally agree. But there's been some issues. I think, as I said, I didn't want to call out anyone in particular, but hey, I know him well, so I think I'm allowed to. Infernocoin, he's had issues. In the team fights, in the laning stage, in the game. It's a new day, it's a new dawn. We haven't seen the Spirit Breaker yet. It's early in the best of 5. Obviously, 1 game advantage here for Smeders. They had the upper brackets. So, maybe they've got to rethink their strategy, come away from this game, and just go into it and see what they can do. What are we hoping for, though, as the next team fight? Are you thinking, okay, so they've used their Aegis, they've used their Cheese. It's a case of, let's back out, play it safe, wait for next Roche, go in, clear up. Their buybacks will be coming up, but hey, it'll be fine. We can take it. We've just done it. We've just done it once. We can do it again. Gronas, though, he's a big boy. He's got his big boy items on.
I mean, yeah, that's the big thing right now. The buybacks there on the big guys, Gronas, the Ember Spirit, and the and the Broom. They've got 6 minutes left on that, so they're going to be making quite a big issue if they die now. They're not going to be able to come back into the game. Everyone else just simply can't afford it. Only the Spectre dupes holding it. I think if Smeders go for it now, if they take a team fight, it's going to go so damn well for them, because without Nepali, it's a really big issue for Jesus.
Yeah, Gronas is looking to make stuff happen here mid. They know they can go in, maybe force the buyback onto Spectre, but Spectre doesn't have Horn for 30 seconds. He does have Refresher though, and here we go. There's the catch. Nepali is caught. Oh my god, 127 seconds. Oh,
not good.
wow. That is the opening they were looking for. That is really a game changer. Oh, my. Tier 2's got to fall. Could be a rat. There's no... If Spectre buys back, he's got to have to... Well, 10 seconds to his horn. He's got double OE. It's Quest. Is it enough to hold it?
I mean, well, they've got to make the decision now. What's more valuable, trying to defend this tier 3 without Nepali Jesus and the buyback on the Spectre, or just waiting for Spectre to come back and potentially sacrifice the T3 in the racks?
Log Reaper there, just doing his OE, trying to clear what he can. I gotta say, Dread Knight with the catch there was really nice. And will he be able to get another one? Log Reaper is here, does have his BKB available, but they're just happy to try and get the objectives down. There's the OE onto Dread, but Dread immediately carapaces. There we go, goes through for more day, but they both are a little bit short of the mark, but it shouldn't matter here. Tier 3 to fall. Now, it only came down to one catch, and if they get this, and oh my god, Logarithmic from the finger from downtown gets the kill onto Nick's Assassin. Now that is proper tasty. Shadowfiend, well, Groz just getting the objective done though. We do have Log Reaper with his armor up again in 3 seconds. We have Scythe, there's your glyph, and they now go in. Scythe onto Groz, they now turn it. Then we do see the Zeus armor coming out, and there is a kill. Potato goes down easily in the exchange, and the Inferno Koi Brewlings, how could they hold that? He's just down. So, they don't get a rats, and they hold. But a tier 2, a tier 3, so Spectre's haunted as well. Quest, is this the start of the change? I mean, well, we say about the change, but it's not like Smetters have been ridiculously behind the whole game, so...
It could have been worse. I mean, they didn't use the buyback on the Spectre, that's still available. Yeah, I've got Jesus back in 15, and they were able to pick up the gem again, which is getting less and less important, but it's still a nice thing to have. It's not fatal. It was the range racks that's nearly got destroyed, so it's not going to be regenning. A couple of hits could bring that down pretty instantly, so there's a dent in their armor, but it's not fatal just yet.
So, I gotta say though, a tier 2 just full top as well, so they just took another tier 2 for nothing. Didn't get the denial. They've got, okay, let's go through buybacks again. No buybacks on Nepali for 3 minutes 26 seconds. Pretty much the same as the Shadow Fiends, so they're both waiting on the time. We will see Brewmaster, but then again, if Brewmaster's used his split as well, the Brewlings are getting killed. He's very far behind. I think it's a case of the Inferno Koi factor's fallen off. If you can get an AC together though, it will help, it will be nice. Be the Aura Master coming in, helping out his team, and the Shadow Fiend will be doing even more work. What do you want to see as the next time for Shadow Fiend?
Oh, I mean, it's a big call. He's already sitting on so much. I think the question is, what can he afford to get rid of? Potentially the Shadow Blade is making less and less impact, but even that has been life-saving at times.
True, very true, but you can trade out the Shadow Blade, get like a butterfly, and go to town on that, and there is the AC coming together. They want to try and take this fight. They do have double horn available, they do have all their team here, they still have the gem, and everything's lining up for this fight. 64 minutes first games. They were joking about, Jesus+4 said the strat on Twitter, they were tweeting, oh, we just have to hold the games on long enough, and we'll be able to win by default, because Groz has to get a flight home. So, that's the strat. Just take every game 70 plus minutes, pause 4 or 5 times, and the Dota will be going quite well.
Well, I mean,
Roche,
it's going well so far for it.
Will be up in 3 minutes from here, and Nick's coming around shortly. Could be a clash. Could be a clash. They do have the sentries down here, but they are still clearing where they can. Now, this Scythe on Zeus, I think, is an incredibly important item. 3.2k gold in him as well, so he's got to be still comfortable with the buyback. So 2 minutes respawn, well, 1 minute 48 now, and they will be getting it done. Wait for Roche, is that what we're saying the call is for Jesus+4?
I think they need it. I mean, we saw the defense of the last one. Even with the Roshan and the cheese, it was really hard for them to milk just a good fight out of there. They forced a lot of buybacks, but overall the defense did still hold. I think they need it. They really do.
Horn being thrown out here, they're forcing them back. So if the Horn is wasted, they obviously got the second one, so they're happy to just try and get the racks. There's your fortification being popped. They're now ready to counter-initiate. The Barfly's here onto Goros. The party's trying to hold. Slight Fist has been used. Doesn't connect onto anyone. Dread Knight with a 2-man stun. There's your clap. Will we see another Ori? Oh, Mr. Telephone Man brings it home. Queen of Pain comes through, gets his potato. Again, he does the crossfire. We do see Goros going as hard as he can. Buybacks from everyone. There's the second Haunt coming in. Now they're turning it back round. It is back and forth gaming. We are ping-ponging around the map, and Zeus is going to go down to the Sky of Ori. One Bruling still up. He did put Light in the air, but it won't have enough of a factor. And now they're buying back again, and we're going back the other way. Dread Knight comes in. Huge 3-man stun. Logarithmic will go down. Yes, dies. Goros still holding his ground. Going hardcore. Spectre, remember, ball back. This is going to be the dieback. This is it. Nepali to fall as well. He does have one remnant up, so they're going to be able to force it back. And oh my word, what a chain of events. Dieback from Queen of Pain, and let's just go through the fight recap. I think this shows it all. Man, oh man, everything happened there. The dieback from Spectre and Queen of Pain, they're trying to force it down. Do you think they're rushing it?
I mean, that was risky. Roshan was up in 20 seconds from now, so if they waited a little bit longer, they would have had a little bit more to defend with and to attack with. And Smeders were quite low by the end of that. Now they've got 80 seconds, dupes free.
Yeah. This is a issue. Grodders, well, this is at least a Rax, isn't it? There's no fortification from the Dire, although, well, I say that, it's up in 5 seconds. So yes, it is available from the Dire, but Nepali trying to clear out where he can. Grodders is happy to just walk up here. He's the Terminator now. He's just going in, getting the objectives. He's incredibly tanky. And okay, he's taking some damage in the crossfire, but hey, he's got a Satanic for when he goes low. His BKB's now at 5 seconds, but still, as long as he's not getting hexed, as long as he's not getting fingered, he's able to do a lot of work. And I've got to say, the Scythe was really nice, being able to catch people off at the front. And Inferno Koi did manage to get his way off there, put the line up in the air a couple of times, and just making sure the work happens. Grodders slowed up here, so they might be able to get a second Rax, but one full Rax down, not quite equal. Half Rax still up for the Radiant. Smeders holding onto that range Rax just about. It was a case of just backing up when that first Haunt came out, forcing the buy, and I think they handled it well. They handled it very well, that fight. Smeders just ready to back out now, and Lion just using his finger to push the lane out. Man, oh man, let's check the graphs. What do we want to say about the graphs quest?
I mean, we're seeing pretty much the same thing again. Jesus are still in control when you look at it statistically, but they're getting to the point where they can't do anything with the amount of lead they've got. There's only so much they can grow before Smeders just keep getting caught up and caught up. Already we've got the 6-slotted Shadow Fiend. We've got the Zeus with pretty much anything he could want. And they're making the dents into the actual defense now. The Rax Force.
7.2k gold on the Ember. What do we want to see? We want to see something. Okay, he can't. Can he afford the rapier though? As in, I mean, not literally, of course. He's got the gold for it. I'm talking as in, can he afford to lose it? Because okay, are we going to say if he goes down, they've lost anyway? All in. Or should he go for Abyss or go for the lockdown as well? But hey, I think maybe the rapier is the right call here. They don't feel like they can take Roche, so they're just going to be backing out here. As we said earlier, they don't have the fastest Roche, so it's a sustained team fight. Knowing that the enemies are at the door, you've got to be careful. The vision they've got here, very limited, but hey, they do know that the Radiator coming in now. So, Jesus +4, the ward up here, keeping eyes on the prize, and now they've now got the ward vision. They do know that there is a sight up here. Dread Knight does blink forward, but does 4-star out. Just test the waters, sees if he can get the start off, and it's close, but not quite there. Is Day really the best catch they want anyway? I mean, we've seen what Dread Knight's done. Those catches on Ember, it is a lot of pressure, but it's working. Grodders just pushing this now, and they do have everything available. The Haunts are all lined up, and Dread Knight again, only catches Day, but there's the stun. The damage has been used. He does stun him with the... Oh no, the cameras comes through. There's your Haunt. Going to be a refresher being used. Logarithmic standing here trying to hold his line. He's got him nearly died. The crossfire witch dot armor going on to the every illusion, but it's still not enough. BME comes up. Here is if. Do they drop him down? The Spectre's having to back out. Stun on the Spectre. Spectre's taking so much damage. He goes down. Look at the crossfire from Nepali. Jesus. Jesus. Oh my word. They're taking it down. Log Reaper now trying to hold his ground against the Inferno Koi. Inferno Koi does pop BKB, but he is the last one standing until Shadow Fiend gets here. Can he on the line? Inferno Koi! Is he doing it? Look at the evasion. Log Reaper and Jesus nearly go down. Oh my word. Grodders from the high ground. Is he just going to raise him off the map? What a game!
This is brutal. I mean, you were talking about the rapier, and it really looked like they were going to need it, but I think that's probably just brought them back into it. Really secured a bit of a lead. They're going to get the roast. They're going to get the cheese.
Man, oh man, that was brutal. There was so much going on there. Like, the fight... Okay, it started off with, there's Blink at the start off, we catch Day. Nepali was there as well, not quite stunned from that. However, the Carapace comes out, that does catch him, holds him in place a second. Haunt follows, and oh man, a new gem is bought. Tay taking the Roshan punch, but Aegis is here, and the cheese. And gem on to Day, but cheese is just being left behind. Are they going to bring the courier in, or is it just a case of drop your TP? There we go. Bringing the cheese home. Wow. Okay, so still anyone's game. The diebacks, the buybacks, it's been all over the place. Let's quickly go through it. No buyback on Shadowfiend, no buyback on Zeus, although up in 1 minute 23, needs a little bit more gold. Spectre, 1 minute 10, again, Creed of Pain, same. Scarif's the only one who's used the buyback fairly recently, same as the Shadowfiend. So, the buyback into that fight, it's doing a lot of work, but what are we saying, Quest? How is it going to end?
I mean, to put a guess out there is a death wish. It's just, it looks one way and then it completely goes the other. If I had to put money on it, I think Jesus +4, they've got a very slight advantage.
Well, go through the levels. We see that some people still aren't level 16 at least, and Witch Doctor with the Aghanims there, he's clearing out the illusions, just using what he can. If he was level 16, would have helped a little bit quicker, be able to get through. Witch Doctor just trying to, he get what he can off. Maybe a Maledict on, say, with the Spectre or the Ember as well, get a bit of damage out, that will help. But I think that the Witch Doctor, it's going to be hard for him to have as much effect as Logarithmic, say.
Yeah, I mean, he did get the ult off in the last fight. Didn't really have a load of impact. He's actually holding on to 10 sentries, so they're really concerned about the amount of vision that's going on. I mean, I think there's been, what, 3 gems in this game?
Do you know what that call is? That call is the Dread, we need sentries, buy him. And then he's just stocked up 10 sentries. And they do have a gem still, though, so they just got to make sure they don't get caught. And there's your Divine. 72 minutes, he's got the Divine in. And he has dropped the Battle Fury for it. So, we're losing the Cleave. Is it worth the double Daedalus for it? I mean, it could be a case of he's getting the Aegis. He's waiting for the Aegis to go down. But we will have to see what happens here mid. Especially as there's been some clump in this. Battle Fury is going to be needed. And Nepali Jesus is going to be coming in here. All of them coming in here looking for a play. But they're all hiding again.
I mean, it puts a lot of pressure on just RNGs and hoping that you can get these crits when you need them.
True. They are huddled in their base, huddled around the campfire, working out what's going on. And here we go, Mr. Telephone Man, a rare catch out on Mr. Telephone Man, but here's the counterplay. Vigor has been used, the split to follow. Logarithmic gets his arm up through onto Grombomb, but Logarithmic in trouble. Actually kills Grodders as well. Oh my word, that is it. No buyback on him, and Nepali was up in the air, but the Bruling goes to run away, and I think it's all over now. 120 seconds, they get it. There's the GG from Smellers, and GG well played indeed. That is the first game in the best of 5. Smellers did have the 1 game advantage, but I've got to say Nepali Jesus is stacked. Jesus +4. Very well played.
Yeah, I mean, John Smedley, undefeated no more. Dupe's coming in, and the whole team just, what a game. They defended it with everything they could, but in the end, they just got slightly pushed out.
I did say to them before the game, I was like, how do you feel? And Dupes just said, confident. So, the confidence showing. They're getting in, getting the games done, and we will be going up into the next lobby shortly. You'll be seeing King Dave. I apologise for this. This man's sitting here. You've heard him because it picks up a bit of it. So, you've heard some of the King Dave experience. Hello, mate.
Hello.
Speak up a little bit.
Hello.
Okay, that'll do. Say King Dave.